knew it from the beginning. This is my prescription for the pain I was feeling. It kept the homie dreaming, now I don't see a ceiling. I see no competition, I can only see my vision. I'm making life decisions, asking God for permission. I'm not greedy, but they can't stop me from eating. Salmon and balsamic, chicken with the seasoning. Complimentary to my rhyme over reasoning. I step on the toes of giants. This is Craig versus Debo. Mixed with King Kong climbing up the Empire steeple. If you don't believe in the dream, believe in the people. That's the realness. I'm still with the same ones I eat a meal with. You chill with and deal with. The same ones with no skills, kid. I don't run my mouth about who I want to kill, kid. It'll be silence of the lambs for my sins forgiven. I'm smoothly moving through the rhythms, cause life gave me lemons, bitter as the venom. Snakes in the grass, so I strengthen my defenses. Saw evil and fame and made my life less expensive. Studied the game, identify my true incentive. Treat my body good, my body is my temple. Cause I remember them days stunting in the rental. Wasn't cool at all, but I had to keep my tempo. Running from police, jumping out the window. You see, I ain't worried at all, it's all coincidental. Nina Simone was singing on the instrumental. Looking at the stars, I trace them with a pencil. Y'all playing sheep, I bring them to my spindle. I'm speaking to God, the most influential. I found myself living in the lines, feeling simple. I couldn't fall in line, I couldn't be a stencil. You tried to build a frame, but I broke the window. I had to free my soul in order to solve my issue. I'm deep in the zone where people can't get into. Home to the ones who value their true potential. Don't let your lack of confidence be your audience and let the pressure stretch you like accordions. We make moves and I'm on the coordinates. I found paradise in life, I set the coordinates. Meet me at the mountaintop and create a fortress. Life's too beautiful for me to forfeit.
Can you repeat that last one?
Sure. I found paradise in life, I set the coordinates. Meet me at the mountaintop, create a fortress. Life's too beautiful for me to forfeit. Say, how can I love you when you left me drifting in the sea? He said he would be there, but I didn't see. You was nowhere to be found, I was trapped in misery. You left me alone, turned my blessings into stones. When they persecuted me, I saw you on the throne. I reached out to you, but you ordered me to be gone. I knew you forgive us, you gave us deliverance. But where was you when I needed a father figure? Can't find a father and a homie when we're both growing. Some people are real and some people are phony. Some look down on me. Crooked smile homies that play a lot of games. Must be working for Sony. Acid tripping dark premonitions about this business. If wars could talk, you would hear the secrets hidden from the kid in the hole. Pocket small, being chicken. Rest assured at a roll. Tell me how you feeling. This was in the plan. Tell me what's the plan. This was in the plan. Tell me what's the plan, this was in the plan.
Wow.
Tell me what's the plan, this was in the plan.
Yes.
Tell me what's the plan, this was in the plan.
Yes.
Tell me what's the plan.
I like your shoes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Stop.
So this is the last piece is this last portion of the song is what I would say is when it reaches your ears, this is one of the things that I mostly concern myself with, or I want to be able to say what I'm saying without it being. I want it to be clear and understood, and I want it to be. I don't want it to be misunderstood. So it says, knocking at the door, picking at the core, you looking at the. Sorry. Knocking at the door, picking at the core, you looking at the alchemist, the mad scientist. You saw me in the hieroglyphs, I am Osiris, the foremost westerner, king of the living ones. Call me Lord of Love, or the Lord of Silence. Fertile as a now, kings rise from the ground. Eternal life is found, I am known as a shepherd. Horus my successor, Isis the protector. I was killed and resurrected. So the sun sets and light changes in the darkness. When the sun rises, light pierces through the darkness. The cycle repeats as the earth revolves, the planets and the sun evolve. Under one God, the sun Ra rules it all. Under one God, the sun Ra rules it all. Under one God, the sun Ra rules it all. I know when God, the Son brought, rules the door.
He freestyle. He's a beast at it. He freestyle. I found that out when we were doing poetry or last Black Round. When he can't find the lines, it's like he can see them and something in the matrix. I really love people who can do that. I can freestyle a little bit too, but this is I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I think every day you should be celebrating love. I think for the commercialization, for them to be able to pimp your pockets for something that you should always be doing, or to make you feel like you can make up for it in one day, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. I watch a lot of people, like one woman said, go ahead and post all your flowers, cards, and teddy bears and stuff. I'm just gonna sit here and watch. Y'all gonna be my shopping network, you know. And she said, because I don't have anybody to give me flowers, and so I sent her a little message: give yourself flowers. I mean, before the day, did you want them? You know, and so a lot of the things that I think we just should do it every day, whenever it happens. You know, I told my husband the way I feel about roses is if you give me a garden, I can better appreciate that all year round, because the taking care of it will make you appreciate it more. You know, the taking care of it will let me know you appreciate it more, because it's a hard job taking care of roses to make them pretty for the summertime. It really is. So I think about those things, and don't get me wrong. I'm not condemning anybody who do it. I'm just saying I just think it's wrong for the commercialization of it. You know, and also it's not something that represents us. When you research the history of Valentine, it really don't represent you, where you're from. So that's my thing, though. Research. This is another research. So here's my little freestyle. I don't know where I'm coming from, but it's a love poem in there somewhere. So I like cards because I like the Queen of Hearts. She's dope. She got love on her mind, upside down. She's still the same. You get it? In the card, the Queen, hearts, upside down. Okay. She's still the same. Okay. She's still the same. She don't change. Even if you turn her over, she face down. She's still Queen strong. Turn it over. See if I'm wrong. Put that heart on the line, and Queen ain't gonna never let you down. She's a strong suit. She got about 10 other people behind her. Dopeness, right. I like the Queen of Hearts because when you start off the game, you don't never know when you're gonna get to her king. He in there somewhere, backing her up. Might be between the ace or the jack or the trump, but you know she's in there and he's trump tight right behind her. I love love. I like what love do to people, and I hate when it breaks because it takes so long for some of us to get over it. It's like that 4-leaf clover, it keeps us wishing for a second chance, and we know sometimes that just ain't gonna happen, you know? But that Queen, I keep her in my back pocket. I rock it all the way to the bank. Because sometimes that Queen, she reminds me to think about what love really is. You know, it's that if he got a cold, I'm making soup. If he can't find his other shoe, I know where it is because I keep tabs on him. I know what his smile looks like when he's frowning. I know when he feels down. I know I got the key because love knows love even when it's sick. Even when it's broken. It knows how to fix it. Love don't give up easily. It's kind and it's soft and it's gentle, and sometimes it's just mental. It ain't even gotta be touched. It just send it right on down the line and give you a hug from a distance. You don't have to even feel it. You know it. It's real. It's pure. And it never goes. I know it. Love make you want to do things you don't ever really, really want to do. Like cook. Yeah. Right. instruction. It's only one thing in it. Love keep you calling 17 times. Baby, you all right? I just told you 16 yeses. I'm just checking. Love is something that we can't explain. Sometimes it keeps us confused. Sometimes it have us losing our mind. But I heard one time, love is not that emergency, off-kill, got you in a panic kind of thing. It just is. It's the way you feel, whether the person is here or there, or if you broke up, or you together, or if they over there and you somewhere else. It don't matter what happened in between, it just is. And it's the I wish you well even if you're not for me. I like that about love, because it's unconditional. It don't give up just because of a little rift. It's forgiving. It covers. Ooh, it covers. So no matter what somebody does, it just covers until nobody else can see it. I like love. That's why one day I think I'll be it.
All right.
Okay, we got one more poet gonna touch the mic. They're gonna take a short break so that our musical feature can come. And the next voice you're gonna hear is my brother. He's been rolling with me ever since I started doing poetry in this city. He is your tree cutting, tree climbing, grass shining, Mr. I got your gutter, clean it out. I'm put too much up. Please give it up to Scribble Lord, everybody.
All right.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Do we feel like we still fight for a cause?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yes.
What are we doing? What are we doing to fight for the cause?
Educated.
Nothing.
Raising grandchildren.
No, that's not fighting for the cause.
What's the cause?
That's a responsibility that you decide to take on.
What's fighting for the cause? Definitely.
What's the cause?
Fighting for the cause is getting out here trying to educate
Right.
our community. And I was told this month that I have a big ego. And it's not about having a big ego when you are a man of color or a woman of color with a dream. See, if you let a blind man see your dreams, then there is no direction for you to go if he's trying to guide you, because he is a blind man. So when this young man told me that I have a big ego, being a black man and he being Spanish, I found that he was caught up in the system of white society. See, he wants me to come in and be like a sucker fish. Want me to suck up to everything they're doing, put me in a corner and say, hey, okay, I'm going to categorize you and put you over in this corner. You stay there. But we as black people and women, you all need to voice more than anybody, because you have a lot to say, and women have a little bit more, somehow you have that power to make things go in a certain direction when it's needed. But this young man motivated me so much this month to be like Superman. You know, my dream is to take my business and try to employ as many people in Brevard County as I can.
Right.
But this crab is trying to keep me in one spot. And I have a saying, I hate snakes. And that's not a real snake. That's everyone around you that don't want to see you complete your dream. And I'm tired of us trying to keep each other down when we as a black society, we don't own land, we don't own stores, we don't own anything to help ourselves get to the next level if the white man cut it off from us. So what are we doing to educate and build ourselves? Nothing. We sit back. You know, got a young man to work for me. He feels that it's easy to get it when somebody give it to you. We got to stop. You know, the system has groomed us to the fact that, you know, it's easy to say, I can't do it, or I can't make it to the next level, when you got somebody biting you in the ear talking about, yo, you can't do that. That's not for you to be able to go to the next level. Now, women, I don't want any female in this room to think that you being a woman, you can accomplish a mission that a man can. See, this same young man that worked for me feel that Floyd Mayweather is a king. But he said that just because Floyd Mayweather had challenged Ronda Rousey, that Ronda Rousey being a female, she can never beat him in a fight. Her fighting her technique and him fighting his. See, he said that he know men all the time that knock out women. If y'all got a man that's knocking y'all out, you need to get out. See, I got a female here. This is my queen.
All right.
This month in 2005. No, not 2005, 2009. Let me get it right. I'm about to mess up.
You gotta get trouble.
I'll be on the couch.
You on the couch.
This is the month that we got married. So, and I tell any man for my business, she needs to know what I know, because if something happens to me, she can take my business and go to the next level and not have to worry about some man coming in saying, baby, I gotta take care of you, but your ex-husband's business. No. See, we got a lot in this community as black people that we need to start doing. You know, I find me being a black man will go to a white man and give him the business because they feel that, you know, every black person, you know, they can go to for a hookup. You know, I get people call me, be like, oh, I want to use your business because you a black man and I get a discount. But when you go to the white man be like, yo, it's $1,000. We don't argue. We don't argue. But we got a lot. I know I'm not, y'all might be like, what the heck is he talking about? There's a lot that's going on in this little county right here that if you don't start going to chamber meetings, city council meetings, you would never find out that there's so much that's going on that we don't know, that if we don't voice our opinion for it, you know, they can just say, hey, yo, just the carpet. The black people ain't show up. Let's just sweep them underneath the rug, stomp on it, and keep going. See, we need to be more involved in our city. See, y'all might say, oh, university is my city. University is not your city. And most people go into this young man that worked for me, he feel that university area is planet Earth. Because he's been groomed to think that nothing outside of university, US 1, Babcock, and what's the next street over? Well, you got streets on either side. You got Palm Bay Road and 192. But we need to reach out more. We need to get together with these little rallies and stuff. You know, right now there's a rally going on for the Black Lives with Beyonce. You know, the white people was pleased as long as she shut her mouth and played the card of white woman. But now that she's made a point that Black lives, they want to throw her off the boat. They don't want her on there no more. See, these are things that we need to start looking at. And the man right here is a prime candidate. This, you know, he running for office. He need to like come out with more things for us to be able to feed off of, to be able to better and help ourselves. Because I believe like this: if you can dream it, you can build it. And never stop dreaming, because if you stop dreaming, there's nothing else left. And I'm getting off now.
We're gonna take a short break real quick. I just wanted to give shouts out to the Cupcake Boutique. It's new, it's black owned, it's over in, what's the name of that plaza, Cassidy?
Yeah, I don't know. It's over there with Target.
It's over there by Dollar Tree.
Hammock Landing. It's a new cupcake spot. Tonight they sponsored us with 50 mini cupcakes just for the cup. It's a black-owned business. Beautiful sister came in tonight and dropped them off. She was also at the Honoring the Educators Awards. She just wanted to support. She dropped them off. So make sure you taste those and know that she's in that mall over there. If you want something sweet and good, and know that you're also supporting the black community, the economic change that's going on in our communities. Know that, yeah, there's a flyer up there with 10% off too as well. So yeah, we're gonna take a brief break and then we'll come back with our musical feature. Please do not leave. Tampa Slam Team is on their way. They're about 45 minutes out. They're on their way to come and rock the house for y'all. But so please don't leave. I really want you to see them. They came up through a youth program. They're grown now. They started at the age of 16 and 15, and now they're 21 to 25, and they're going across the country slamming. So I really want you all to experience this. But they're 45 minutes out, so by the time our music feature's done, and we have Roselyn and Dr. Roselyn Burnett in the building. She's going to do our pour tonight. I'm excited to hear what she has to say for our cup pour tonight. So stick with us. We're going to feed you a little bit. There's raw dogs and chili dogs if you don't eat meat. There's turkey over there. There's vegetarian chili over there if you don't eat meat at all. There's strawberries. Just help yourself. We're going to take a little intermission and then come back in about 10 minutes. Is that okay? Yeah. I know some people are like, I got to go ahead. You got to go. Just come talk to me so I can talk to you. Okay? But give us 10 minutes. And meet somebody you never talked to before. Their thirst quench and something to wear their appetite. You good? Okay. So the cup is where we're trying to make some things happen. Like we would love to see to do some bigger things. There are some needs that we have as well. We're looking for somebody to digitize our logo. Is there any in the room? Y'all see a red bag anywhere, a room bag anywhere laying around behind you? Look like a pocketbook. Right my face. Okay. So a beautiful sister by the name of Desiree created our logo. Woo! And when I gave her the idea, I told her what I saw, which was a cup with talent inside of it, you know, with the artists doing different things like singing, poetry, dancing, or whatever. So I just gave her what I saw. And so when she brought it back to me, Ramika talked about it, when she brought it back to me, the cup had been turned over and pouring out. So I said, what's the significance of that? She said, well, when I asked God what to paint, he didn't say to fill up the cup. He said the cup was already full, and so it needs to be poured out. Yeah. So anybody who comes here has something something already in them to be poured out here. So that's why you're here. There's to find out what's your offering, what's your pour out to add to the cup for our city. So I appreciate Desiree for having this vision and for God using her for this. But this is what we're trying to get digitized. It costs a little bit of money. We want t-shirts and we want cups. So that people who know who we are will know what we're doing. So that this becomes somewhat of a ministry for our area. It already has started. The fire has already started. But we're hoping to do some wonderful things here. The first thing we got, if you look at the invite, somebody made the suggestion that they were doing a 40-day Lent. And every day they were going to take something out of their closet and put it in a garbage bag. And at the end of the 40 days, they're going to give it away to somebody who needs it or an organization. Well, it was a challenge. So the cup took on this challenge. So I myself and some of the cup members are going to take 40 days, and every day we're going to add to this garbage bag something at home that we're not using that somebody else can use. And at the end of the 40 days, we're going to have an event here where we just give it all away. If you would like to be involved, if you would like to accept the challenge, talk to Ramika. It's really simple. When you go home tonight, take your garbage bag by the door. Tomorrow morning, add something to that garbage bag until 40 days gone by. And guess what? As you walk to that garbage bag, say, Lord, bless somebody. When you go in your closet, say, Lord, what do you want me to take out here to bless somebody? By the time you look at that garbage bag on the way out the door every day, you'll see it piling up. Think about how much God has given you that you haven't been using. And again, it goes back to having the cup full and ready to pour out. So if you're taking the challenge, talk to Ramika so we can get your information to know if we need to pick up, the drop off, to send you the emails, or when we're going to do the function, the giveaway, or whatever. Even if you'd like to volunteer, you say, well, I don't have, everybody got something to offer, but if you can't see it right now, you can talk to me and I'll help you find it. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'll help you find it. But yeah, if you would like to take that challenge, come and speak to Ramika or me. Next, I'm excited about this. I have seen her perform everywhere in this city. Everywhere. This woman plays, how many instruments? Three instruments. But I promise you, she probably got more in and don't know it. She sings. Aren't you on the worship team at this church? She sings worship on the worship team. And that's a picture I was like, oh, I forgot she sings. Let's say, call her. I said, okay. So please welcome Tiffany Blackmon, everybody, to the show.
Thank you all for having me. I want to thank Hazel for putting on this wonderful event. I know it takes a lot of time and energy and effort and finances to support something like this. So it's something that's so needed in our community. It's a luxury to be able to do this right here in Brevard County and not have to travel to Tampa or Orlando or Miami or Jacksonville. And we need stuff like this. We need to be exposed to it. So we need to continue to support events like this. So thank you all for coming. I am going to share a little music with you all tonight, do a couple of covers, some oldies and some new stuff, but, from a couple artists that I really enjoy. I'm going to start off with a little Ed Sheeran. story, I'm sure. Some familiar faces, you all have probably heard this one before, but I will always have love for India. Song by the name of Ready for Love.
cooperate.
You can.
That was hard.
Yeah, you can. Hey, good job, man.
Alright. Third time's a charm. I guess it's not meant to be. Well, since that won't work, I have another song that I maybe my nephew might like to join me for this
Come on,
one.
Jeremy.
Your nephew? Jeremy Allen. Let this thing back in. Another shot of whiskey.
money with you for our artists. Our Tampa family just walked through the door, y'all, so y'all got If you'll take out your seed, Ramika is going to pass around the collection bowl for it. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the coordinators of the facilities we're in. Cassidy and Tim, way down here, they in the back. They're the big coordinators for the center. Please give them a round of applause because without them, we wouldn't have this space. And did she disappear? Okay, she disappeared for a second. We have Dr. Burnett in the building tonight. She's going to do the pour for tonight. She's going to be our word of inspiration tonight. We're going to bring her right after we bring the poets. They're going to come and give you some poems. If you don't know what poetry slam is, Google it. Google it, and it'll give you a better definition than I can. But as the collection plate goes around, talk back. Back talk. Back talk. Talk back. As the collection plate goes around, I'm going to bring them up. Team WeSpoke, can you come in and give us an intro real quick? I want to let you know, what's the age group right here?
Well, with us, we're actually 20 and
And how long have you been doing poetry?
I've been doing poetry since my senior year in high school, so it's going on 3 years now.
Okay. Where did you start?
At my high school, Wally B. Jennings, the Tampa Godfather, recruited me.
If you remember, Wally B makes some noise from the cup. We got he featured here at our very first cup. He was our first feature.
Yes.
They're gonna come and do your thing. Without further ado, please welcome Tampa's WeSpoke Slam team, everybody.
How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Can I get some we are actually a slam team that my other teammates couldn't make it. One of my teammates lives in Orlando, and she had obligations. And then my other teammate didn't get off work, so we had to come out and show some love to Palm Bay. Because we cousins, you know what I'm saying? Like, we cousins, and we was kind of late, so, we was on C.U.P time, so we was, but we got here, right? We here. So my name is David Cool Kid.
My name is Paradox.
And we are a slam team, WeSpoke. Our slam team is a product of Heard 'em Say. So if you ever heard of Heard 'em Say, that is the teen poetry organization in Tampa Bay, founded by Wally B. Jennings. When I started this team, my intention was to start a place, and we actually have a show. So if you're ever in Tampa, it's every second Saturday of the month. You can hit me up for that. But I started it so it could be a safe space for youth poets transitioning into adult poetry, to have a safe space to speak their mind and speak their truth. Because the adult poetry world can be very grimy.
Yeah.
Where my poets at? Where my poets at? We all know it's a grimy world out there. So, I decided to start something where poets can feel at home. And so that's a little background about us, about WeSpoke. So we're going to do some poems for y'all. Sarah, did you want to say anything, Paradox?
Thank you for having us.
She kind of shy. Alright, so we're going to do some poems for you. We're going to do 2 individual pieces and a group piece. But before I like to get a show, I like to, talk to my family, the audience, my cousins. So something I like to do is called Feed the Poet. Everyone say Feed the Poet.
Feed the poet.
Everybody say Feed the Poet.
Feed the poet.
So that means that when I'm up here and you see a poem going on and you like something you hear, go ahead and stomp your feet. Go ahead and snap your fingers. Go ahead and give me some love. That's called feeding the poet. That's called I'm feeding off off your energy, and whatever energy you give to me, I promise you I'm gonna give right back. I like to give back. So if you want to hear a poem, say speak, poet. Speak, poet. If you want to hear a poem, say spit, poet. Spit, poet. If you want to hear a poem, say Xavier, just spit. Xavier, just spit. I'm just Growing up, my mother always used to tell me to watch my mouth. Think twice before what I say, and pick and choose my battles wisely. But as I turn the TV screen on, all those morals fly out the window. How do they expect me to tongue twist my tongue when I'm about a speck of brown in a sea full of milk as I sit disgusted as my TV screen spits at me that this old white man is trying to make America great again, as if America was ever great in the first place. I mean, it's not like this land was stolen or anything. I mean, it's not like white people are immigrants too. I mean, it's not about racism. It's about him speaking his mind. He's just practicing his democracy. Every time I think about the phrase, make America great again, I get this image that America never wanted to be a melting pot, but simply a bowl of sugar. Well, ain't nothing sweet when you have people like Donald Trump and Stacey Dash spitting on black and brown children, telling them that they don't matter. I mean, Stacey, I don't know how big that paycheck Fox News wrote for you to spit your ignorance all over our TV screen, but I assure you, it won't erase your melanin. I mean, did you forget where you come from? You say that you are black, that you are American, but have you ever dissected a textbook? Where have you ever read that our ancestors were cradled in the arms of Lady Liberty, sucking freedom from her bosom when actuality you were plucked from a black nipple and sold, and that was called patriotism. I bet you have the 2016 Donald Trump sticker on your car. I'm exhausted of people trying to speak for my people, and their excuse is that we don't speak proper enough. Well, ain't nobody got time for that. Just can't breathe. My mother taught me to pick and choose my battles wisely, so every time I'm driving and I see a policeman in my rearview mirror, I pray to God that that day was not the day that he chose to do his job. Every day, I wake up in a country where I'm supposed to be grateful to live in, but my people are seen as disposable. My melanin is seen as a weapon, but my culture, that's for everyone to enjoy. Maybe my mother taught me these things because she knew she had to raise her son in a racist, misogynistic white society. She had to teach her son that he needs to watch what he says, like a black boy in a gas station. He needs to think twice before he speaks, before he becomes a statistic. But how can I pick and choose my battles when I live in a country where I lose before I even choose to fight? This is a little poem I wrote, you know. A lot of stuff is going on in the media, you know, Beyonce and the Super Bowl and Stacey Dash, just crazy. Anybody see the Super Bowl? Everybody saw it? Everybody knows Beyonce do song, right?
Yeah.
And then you know it jam, right? Yeah, like. So actually, I just got into an argument with someone that I knew since like 4th grade. There was this video, I don't know if you've seen it, it's this white woman, and she's pretty much slandering Beyonce and talking about how Beyonce is racist because she made a song about 4 black people. So, I mean, God forbid that people, you know, like to highlight their people and just, you know, show love and not include white people, that's racist. So she was actually saying, you know, that she was agreeing with her. So, you know, I definitely think it is something that is in our media and currently that we're dealing with now. I'm gonna pass it on to my teammate Sarah, so we can do like a little like, so give it up for Paradise!
Hello. Like you said, I'm shy, so I'm not really gonna talk too much. I'm just gonna go straight in. Go ahead. All right. The destroyer of worlds is an eager reader. They call her a word eater, devourer of phrases, places, and outer spaces, swallows the knowledge and spits out the pages, savors the sweet flavor of fanciful, and revels in the bitter rancor of cantankerous, regurgitating references. Poetic style, projectile vomit. She's a savior, but she's a paper. Cut with an ink leak that just won't stop bleeding through. So sometimes it leaves stains dancing on her flesh, living tattoos, living in the space between the lines. No context, she can bring a man to his knees with a well-placed preposition, no contest, she's a goddess. Raven-haired beauty with a writing desk, she's a quiet mess. Bookish, librarian-esque, a couple chapters short of a novel, no plot, she's a fading, a trailing off, a dot, dot, dot. Hazy, imagining, dreamy-eyed mirage. Any other girl with a pen and a piece of paper could probably do what she does, and maybe their hands wouldn't shake like hers do. Her words are not really her own, but a jumble of everyone else's. She's a mirror. A warped reflection in a fun house can never sound beautiful. She bellows eloquent soliloquies in the silence left behind by the absence of stabbing eyes. Sharpens tongue, sword, dagger, wit to cut through the lies. Cat woman claws out, fire-breathing dragon lady, silent in her rage. The world started with a bang, but tonight she will end it all with a whisper. It's actually one of the first poems that I ever wrote, and then I edited it later. It was kind of my thoughts of myself, like as a poet, like my ideal self.
Thank you for everyone that came out, especially people that donated. I mean, if you know your artist, you know it's the struggle. All the money that you donated to us is actually going to, we have a very busy summer. The first in June, we'll be going to Southern Fried, which I don't know if anybody's familiar with Southern Fried. It's the biggest regional competition in the South, actually in the United States, the biggest regional competition. So that money's gonna help us get there. And also, we're in the process of starting our national slam team, and that's going to be an ATL in August. So, you know, it's going to a good cause. And anybody that donated $10, please come up and see us. We have CDs, and if you donated $10, we would love to give you a CD. A CD is called the Kickback, so you kind of get like a little bang for your buck because all of our teammates aren't here. So if you donated $10, you get to hear from all of us. So that's a good part. So for those that didn't donate $10, I'm gonna give you a little something. We all have a poem on the CD.
How much is it?
Oh, the CD is only $10.
Only $10? That's practically free.
I'm saying, like, that's cheaper than gas. That's cheaper than gas. So for those that did it, you know, I get it. It's the struggle, but I'm gonna give you a little taste of what's off the CD. So this poem is actually on the CD, and it has music to it, but I'm just gonna do it for y'all. It's called Confessions. Sometimes I forget that alcohol's not like water. It's just my soul get red, dehydrated, and my lips get cracked and chapped like the Sahara. And I ain't never been there, but you know, us poets, we love metaphor. We love to seduce metaphor. And I don't have a drinking problem. You just got a problem with drinking. Because it gets real hard to tell the truth from the things I've been hiding. Like I've been building walls of Legos and hiding behind them. But I got a childish mind. I don't want to tear them down. See, and sometimes I can feel the vodka having babies in my eyes. And as my tongue tries to catch them, it makes me wonder, what if we ain't really promised of our parents? Like, yeah, we may look the same, but won't taste the same like water and vodka. And just like the vodka babies, my daddy dropped out. And for years I was worried about following in his footsteps like we was playing the game of Simon Says. I always did what my daddy says, but my mother was the one that raised me. And we lived in the same house, but I guess I was too busy playing house with my sisters, and boys ain't supposed to play that. See, boys supposed to play with cars and go to Mars to be more stupider, and girl go to college to get more knowledge. But I don't think my sister gonna follow the fairy tale. Because when she was 16, she was looking for boys to call her pretty. She was looking for boys to give her flowers. And I told the boys only want to look at your flowers. And she don't know she pretty. And I think it's my fault. Because when she was 16, she wanted someone to call her beautiful, and I forgot to, so this boy planted a seed in her pocket, and she ain't want it, so she plucked it and threw it under the rug, and every time I walk in the living room, I trip over it, and it whispers in my ear, "You supposed to be my uncle." And I wonder if anyone in my family ever sees the lump of the carpet or the one in my throat. It's funny the things you talk about when you ain't sober. And I don't have a drinking problem. This vodka is my holy water. And every time I take a sip, it's my 10 Hail Marys. And don't tell me to pray to God, because I'm scared that he ain't there watching, but I'm scared that he just might be there watching, and I'm going to fly too close to heaven, and he going to cut my wings, and I'm going to fall and die a martyr. And the only person that's going to remember my name is this bottle of vodka. The poem's called Confessions, and that part of my life was 2 years ago, and I've always wanted to write about it. I just didn't know how. And I don't know if anybody listens to Kendrick Lamar. Yes. Yeah. So he has a song called "You" on his most recent album, and that inspired me to write the poem in that way. So if you get the CD today, you're in for a treat. We're gonna do two more, okay?
That's fine.
Okay. So he's gonna do an indie, and then we're gonna do a group piece, and then we'll be out your hair. Okay?
No.
All right.
Alright, this one's called Trance. And it was supposed to be a love poem when I wrote it, but it kind of took on a life of its own. Let's pretend we're trains. And here at the station, we're safe, but that's not what we were made for. We were made to move. Let's pretend locomotives don't move so slowly or carry so much baggage. Or let's stop trying to be so light and let all of your heavy and dark crash into mine. I will crash into this wall, our breaths intertwined, so there's no air left, but our steam combined. I'm over all the places where our rails come so close, but don't touch. Almost is not enough. This is it for me. In a month, I'll be history, fired, and you fire me up. I'm stuck, slipping down hills while you are climbing ladders, so this is all that matters to me right now. I'm tired of being frozen in your headlights. I know you're sick of trying to make contact with my red-rimmed eyes, so baby, let's make contact. Head-on collision me. I want to know what it feels like to be derailed with another person at the same time. I'm already off track. So you can try and teach me the joys of riding around in circles all day, or you can help me destroy this green grass. It'll start with a picnic, me and you in the middle of this meadow, looking up at the stars millions of years ago, wondering if they're still alive or how anything ever burns so bright. To be honest, I'm not the kind of girl things orbit around, never will be super enough for your nova. I'm just a little not right. But if you squint your eyes and look into my freckles, I'll let you pretend that they fell from the sky. And my mind has been likened to a black hole a few times. It's not a place people come back from. Trains of thought get lost in the track run, but it keeps me chugging, keeps my heart pumping when my veins are just train tracks. I hope one day I don't end up with all the track marks my dad has, but bad habits lie dormant in me like hobos in my freight cars. Sometimes I like to put on a new paint job, and I toot my own whistle pretty loud, but I still hear what they say about me. No, they call me a train wreck. Well, you could get wrecked with me. We could be the kind of mess nobody really wants to clean up, like the messed up graffiti on my side that at one time meant something to someone. We just don't know who or what. It could all be yours. I know I inherited my mother's disordered brakes. Sometimes I get the shakes. I like to play in the rain. I know it'll make me rust, but I figure one day I'll be a pilot anyway, so might as well have some fun. Truth be told, I want to die before I'm old. I know I circled organ donor, but I don't want to be scrapped for parts. Don't want to end up a hollow out husk in somebody's junkyard. Quick, take my heart now. While you have my permission, before it ends up in someone else's engine, it'll be quick. Me, headed toward you, headed toward me. It'll be like a kiss. One split second of bliss. Let my lips meet your lips and your face touch my face. But that's not close enough, so everything goes to waste. It'll be the end of everything we carry inside of us. Forget what goes on in spite of us. Everything will burn alive in us. It'll be like beautiful music. The banging and scraping and crackling flames, and them singing our names, not people, not trains, just a pile of parts on fire. Shh, no telling where you end or I begin, just a puddle of melted metal in the middle of this meadow, looking up at the stars millions of years ago. As light years from now, their children look down on us and wonder if we're still alive, or how anything ever burned so bright. So I wrote that poem. Like I said, it was supposed to be a love poem when I started writing it, but at the time I was working a lot, and I worked at Busch Gardens on the train ride, so I just it turned into a poem of two trains crashing into each other. And now I'm going to call Xavier back up, and we're going to do a group piece for you guys.
Dale!
Yes!
Me said, Dale. Daylight come and me want go home. Daylight come and me want go home. The sun has tap danced up my back. My fingers have been picked to the bone.
I'm one strawberry short of a cakewalk from where I belong.
These borders that I call home, run Forrest run, into the trap called the American dream.
Apple pie and lemonade isn't all it seems to be.
I'm just a strawberry tomato picker, picking up my broken dreams. I'm broken. All my pieces scattered across this country to build its borders higher, wider. Keep out, you do not belong on this soil unless you're picking produce from it.
Hey, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight come and we want to go home. America, home of the free, land of hypocrisy. The land was stolen by immigrants hundreds of years ago.
And now it is used to trap Hispanic migrants into a cycle of American dreaming.
Red, white, and blue sweats used to water the land to ensure the next bunch has something to harvest. Americans speak of immigrants as if we're stealing jobs.
Like people are begging to be field workers and janitors.
Like we like to be called wetbacks and spigs.
But why do they camp outside the doors of Chipotle and Taco Bell?
To get a taste of the culture they wish they had.
I love Chipotle.
Chipotle is my life. I just wish that they knew that the tears of my ancestors are used to mop the floors of your Hispanic-inspired restaurants. So please, compliment the shine.
As you dine on our dignity.
Don't tell me that this is the land of opportunity when the only thing offered here
is servitude
and lashings by tongue. This is America. Speak English. 6 foot.
Clean up that mess, Spick.
7 foot. Go back to your country. 8 foot. Punch. 6 foot. 7 foot. 8 foot. Punch. Immigrants have become the cosmetologists of this nation's agriculture system.
We make your fruits and veggies look cute on your plate
while the government pushes us out the back door. America.
Tell me how it feels to have your cake.
Eat it too and complain after every bite. I am this nation's Johnny Appleseed.
Only, I don't remember him ever being threatened with being deported.
And what's the difference between him and me? Some pink flesh and a foreign tongue, but under it all, we are one. We are all the same color as apples,
tomatoes,
strawberries. Hey, Mr. Tallyman.
Daylight come.
Are you gonna let me go home? Daylight come and me one more.
Yes.
That's all the time we have. It was amazing. One more, please. No, we don't have any more groupies.
Oh, all right.
Unfortunately, our other teammates have groupies, but we're the only ones. I have a poem about my hair.
Okay.
All right. I've been told I got that good hair. You know, that hair that you can tell that's been on 6-month voyages on boats and ship bellies. I got them curls that have been passed down from generation to generation as gifts. These curls paint a vivid picture of rape and misery under palm trees and shy coconuts. Yes, you like my hair, but will you like what it has to say? Are you willing to sit down and listen about men with skin color like milk come onto their sands, trading mirrors for gold, trading love for humanity, trading power for humanity, for colonization? Are you willing to listen to its atrocities of black women raped, color women raped, so that this hair can grow this way? See, society has become so accustomed of looking at the roses but always avoiding its thorns. Well, I'm sorry. If you're going to admire these curls, you are going to have to bleed. I'm tired of people of color coming up to me telling me I got that good hair, as if their hair does not possess the same value, as if our curls do not have the same story. I'm tired of white people coming up to me asking me if they could touch my hair or pet me. I'm sorry, but I don't take it as a compliment when you come up to me telling me you wish you had my curls. I promise you, if you knew what my ancestors went through to give them to me, you would change your mind. Yes, it is racist for you to come up to me at a poetry show and run your fingers through my hair without my permission. These curls are living, breathing ancestors. They're a constant reminder to never forget where I come from. Caribbean sun and back-broken sugarcane. The reminder that white boy with the same hairstyle is considered fashionable and chic, but brown boy with curls is considered unprofessional and beast-like. I guess that's why they ask if they could pet you. So no, your fingertips were not Christopher Columbus, my scalp, because these curls are a constant reminder that my hair was the only thing your palms could not colonize.
Did you enjoy? Why do you write?
I write, well, first to heal like myself and to like bring a new way of thought to the audience, like to think about things that you haven't thought about.
You did.
Why do you write?
It's really hard for me sometimes to express myself, and writing kind of gives me that opportunity to use my voice, even when it's harder for me to do so.
Why do I listen?
Thank you. Give it up one time. This is what you're, yeah, exactly. This is what happens when you teach children who are willing to learn, to express, to give them a voice, to allow them to speak, to not shut them up and say, you don't have a right, or your opinion doesn't matter, or you're too young to, you don't even know, you're not old enough to know. They see a lot, but you don't give them a chance to say much about what they see. So how can they not grow up in error if you don't let them interpret what they're looking at? So this is a product of where a community has allowed the children in the neighborhood to open their mouths, and guess what? They're still speaking. Thank you.
All right.
Today, I'm excited. This has been such an exciting. Have you enjoyed yourself this far? Yes. The journey for today to get here has been so overwhelming for me, because today I was told when I was wrestling about coming, about the inner workings of the cup. He said to me, and to God like I talk to regular people, right? So he said to me, he said, you're just a water hose. You don't heat it up. You don't cool it off. You just let it run through you. So when I look at my position in being the conduit here, I'm just the conduit that you set a spark and I'll pop it and it fly wherever it's supposed to go, right? Right, so I'm humbled by that experience because I realized that I only got one reflection to do, which is into me and up and into me and out. There's no other responsibility I have. And in doing so, you have what you have in front of you. That brought me to tears today because I realized in doing so, it's a lot of things that I won't be able to control. Amen. Right? Amen. So, in saying that, I'm going to say, one day a poem saved my life. Yeah. And he offered to me like a man do a baby with candy, and I wasn't sure if I could take it, but it smells so good. And it tastes so good that one day I got addicted to this sweetness, and then I found it was connected to God. And I've been craving sugar ever since. I've been craving and longing for sweetness ever since. I've been dying for candy ever since because one day God gave me candy and called me his sugar. And that moment I realized that I was going to never be the same. And I say this today. One day, a poet's going to change your life. And you'll never be the same again. You're here for a reason, and so here is another part of the reason. If you haven't got anything out of the cup tonight, expect this to happen to you. I met this sister at the poetry venue when we started Black on Black Rhyme, and we've been connected ever since. And oh my God, when I tell you, she has been a force in my life. Raise your hand if you know your circle, you got some good support systems. You got somebody to check you when you're wrong, and it hurt. Amen. The Bible says, faithful are the wounds of a friend. And it hurt, and you want to roll your head, your eyes, and never call them again. Or answer the phone. But you knew they did it because they love you and they just want you to walk in error. I got a friend like that. I got a friend that's so dope that they put on TV, and when you see her on this TV screen, you be like, man, they don't even know what's happening to them right now. They don't even know. They don't even know. I'm grateful at my circle. If you have not found a circle of friends, pray to God to give you some people who will tie you and won't turn you loose until you're done. He said to me today, he said, I gave you the cup so that you could see what other people's processes look like. Jesus. Bless God, I need that. Rewind. I gave you the cup so that you could see what other people's processes look like. Yes, thank you, Jesus. So look around you, and you can't be judgmental because they can see your process too. Because that's all this is about. You are not where you are going to be. You're not all the way there. You're not all the way in. You're not where you're going to be tomorrow. You're not where you're going to be in 10 years. But you are where you are because of the process. Yes. And if you abandon the process, you abandon your destiny. So listen. Let your process loose. Let it happen. Because your best you is in front of you. It's not behind you. And guess what else he said while I was standing there? Somebody brought up the past. He said if somebody can bring up your past right now, it's because you're not there no more and they want you to come back. That's good. That's good. So that means you done left them and they want you to come back. Say that. So that's all I'm going to say because I'm just going to introduce this. Here is the core part of the cup. she's a mentor. If you look up, I'm gonna let her tell you about it. But she's started this organization called I Choose. I am is the most powerful word there is. But you can only I am if you choose. So that being said, please put your hands together for Dr. She don't like me. Roselyn Bennett, everybody.
Greetings. Oh man, just Roz is good. It's a pleasure to be here. I mean, this is my sister. I love her. I don't know you guys, but you're my sisters and brothers in Christ. And I won't take a whole lot of time, but I just want to give honor to God because He's my Father. And everything I do is because He allows me to. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And I just thank God for that. I thank God for life. I just wanted to share, I wasn't going to read this, but as I was sitting there, I say, this poem I need to read. So I'm going to read this. And it's going to help somebody. That's the only reason I do what I do is to help somebody.
All right.
You need something to sit with?
No, ma'am. I'll just do this. Okay. This is called Heal. As I sit and wonder and begin to ponder, memories of my past fill the room with thick stained glass. Before I loved a man, I hated a man. Before I knew love, love was being falsified to me. Tainted love came in a tall packet, big rough hands, and a deep voice that yelled and screamed and cursed at me. That rubbed up against me unexpectedly. That tainted love birthed insecurity. Weakness and somehow a sense of I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. My pillow wore my tears, my sheet wrapped my fears closely to my body as the tainted love tried to ravish me. And the air captured my prayers. Then morning came and gave me something I could not see. Hope. Hope was free. Hope in Jesus became my total security. The more I prayed, the more that tainted love had to back off of me. No more unexpected touches, no more screams and profanity used to belittle me. The more I prayed, gifts that lie dormant began to awaken. Yes. Discernment became more prevalent than ever. Suddenly I saw that I knew to be a man was merely a demon entity that resided in it. That tainted love. My prayers took my pain, fears, and bondage, free from hurt, free from low self-esteem, and yes, y'all, free from all that pain. I learned who the King set free is free indeed. I learned through love and kindness have I drawn thee. I learned that Jesus would never leave nor forsake me, even when that tainted love tried to destroy me. Then I realized that this very thing was designed just for me, to teach me empathy, to strengthen me, and charge me with assignments, all of my own. Assignments with names and troubles, designed for me to set the next hurting woman and cradle the little girl full of pain, rage, confusion, anger, and hurt free. Yes, y'all, all that pain definitely was perfectly designed just for me. And for that, my God gets all the glory. That's a true story. That's a true story at the age of 12. This, when Hazel brought this up, this is my first time seeing this. There's something that captured my eyes, and it was this empty U representing a cup. You see that? There's an empty U on here. Okay? There's a significance in this when I saw that. And I said, Lord, what do you mean by that? That poem that I read was at 12. And it was the first time I met my dad. And that happened. Okay? And so you have a little girl growing with all this hurt and all this pain and all this confusion and all this rage. And I knew God at 12, but my journey took a different path because I didn't have any healing. I didn't know what to do with this. Was it my fault? What happened? What did I do? Was I too curvy? I was kind of thick back then. Or was I too curvy? You know, what happened? All these questions, and I blamed myself. And so I look at that empty cup. In order for me to pour out something effectively, I had to empty me. I want you to understand where you're sitting right now. There's a purpose in the cup. See, a lot of us, and I see you in the spiritual realm, but a lot of us are hurting. A lot of us are so broken. I'm going to stand next to you. A lot of us are broken. A lot of us have things that we have not dealt with. See, I can speak to the black woman because I'm a black woman. I can speak to the mother because I'm a mother. I can speak to the wife because I'm a wife. I can speak to the friend because I'm a friend. So that covers everyone in here. What happens is we go through life and we don't have time to deal with things that we should deal with. So we're filled with things that we shouldn't be filled with. And so our Creator wants to use us. I watched here and I really did. I fought back tears listening to each one of you. Because the gift is so great. It's so great. It's so amazing. And even the ones who didn't speak, I see the gift in you too. And as I sat and I watched, I said, Lord, what's happening to my people? Why are we in a room filled with all these gifts and they're sleeping? Why are they sleeping? And his brother said it best. It's because we're not educated. We're not educated. Sure, we got some education, but we're not educated in the thing that's really important. That's the life changer. So we sit next to one another, and there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of hurt. And inside of us, we have a key, but refuse to use it. Why? Because we haven't been empty properly.
Come on, come on, come on.
So what happened is, you think you're helping, but you're using this filth, this hurt, and you're emptying that out on your brothers and sisters. And that's not what it's all about. So what am I saying? Well, what are you saying, Roz? I'm so glad y'all asked what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, is that we need to take off the makeup. We need to expose ourselves to ourselves first. A lot of us have been sitting with the makeup for so long that we thought that's who we really were. We forgot that we are creators. We are atmosphere changers.
That's what it is.
So where do we start? I know that Bible seems so boring. But I got to tell you the truth. That's where it starts. It's not in the church. Because you are the church. I'll tell you, a corrective action. The problem is our relationship is with the church. Our relationship is with our pastors. Our relationship are with the members. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but what I am saying is that shouldn't be your first relationship.
Come on, come on, come on.
Because when it's your first relationship, as soon as they do something wrong, you done gave up on God.
Come on, come on.
I don't want to hear about that church. Don't tell me nothing about God. God didn't do it.
Come on.
He didn't do it. You chose the wrong relationship. We're people. We're human. We're full of mess. I stand before you messy.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm a process.
Yes.
And this is why I love what she's doing. When I saw it, I said, look up. I went into prayer immediately. What is this about? What did you give your daughter? You guys are sitting among greatness because it's all within us. But we have to find a way to empty ourselves of this mess. So that when we pour, there's some substance.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because right now we're pouring and there's no real substance.
Come on, come on.
So you have these babies that we pour into and they're getting that. And then you wonder where the generational curse comes from.
Come on, come on, come on.
It's because your training is a mess. You're training the wrong way. You can only give what you have. So the cup is to get everything. The cup is to give everything that God has given you, not man.
Say that again, please.
The cup is to give everything God has given you, not man. That voice, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you haven't even begun your journey yet. You're just starting. That's an example of an empty vessel. She's an example of an empty vessel. Keep filling with the things of God. I don't care how many people misunderstand you. You know your purpose. Continue forward. Sometimes people will say things about you because of your family. They don't understand your family. So they add on to you. Move forward. Continue. Don't stop. It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. It's an empty vessel. Humble. Willing. What I need you guys to know from here, when you get a moment, it should be your duty, your assignment to take a few minutes of your day before you start your day, baby. No matter what you're doing, and give some time to God.
Come on.
Just give some time to God. Because what happens when you start your day, you get so caught up and you get busy, and then you never get back around
That's right.
to the entity that's responsible for your life. It's important for you to do that. Okay, now I'm speaking directly to you. It's important. How old are you? 18. What you doing right now with your life?
Going to school and work.
Going to school and work. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Don't you be influenced by nobody. In order to be outstanding, you must stand out. Shine, baby, shine. You hear me? But I need you to add some word in your life. Okay? You a friend? What's your name? What is it? Gabrielle. That's so beautiful. My daughter's name is Gabrielle. You know what? When I look at you, baby, beautiful girl, there's a lot of pain behind your eyes, though. There's a lot of pain. Let me just hug you. Come on, let me hug you. Yeah. I know. It's okay, you can cry. I don't have to know anyone in here, but I know an entity that knows you. So I'm an example of mess that's in the process. I'm an example of an empty vessel that's willing to be used by Father. I'm an example of pain, hurt, all types of abuse. I'm an example of being misunderstood. I'm an example. So what I am saying is, it is imperative. It is your life that you empty all that hurt. It does you no good. It is a cancer. It is a setup so that you don't grow. You need to grow. You have to grow. For yourself and for your sisters and your brothers. I need you. These babies need you. The older people need you. Let me tell you something. What you rocking with, there's not a lot of people who are going to be able to speak to people, brothers on the street, the way you will. So my question for you is, what are you waiting for? It's there. You have it. They need it. You know what I see when I see this brother? I see a street ministry. There's a street ministry in you. It really is. Because see, you're going to come in a whole nother angle. It's going to be so different and so unique. Don't worry about that you curse. The word will clean you up.
Say that again.
Don't worry about if you curse. The word will clean you up. I'm an ex-sailor. I used to curse so much I didn't even, oh my gosh. It was terrible. It was awful. Why do I expose myself? Because I need you to know that I'm real.
Right.
That I'm not getting up here with this perfection. It was bad. I got kicked out of every high school you can imagine because of these. Was so angry. So when I begin to empty myself and let God fill me up, then guess who I'm helping? Hurting women, because I've been hurt. Youth, I love my babies. You have a ministry, and it's in the streets. What are you waiting for? Add some word to yourself. And be careful, guys. Guard your ears. Because, see, the world is doing exactly what it's supposed to do right now. Everybody upset, and I don't know why.
Right.
How are you upset when this is what he's supposed to do? The prince of this world is doing what he's supposed to do. So I'm saying to you, someone can take a doctrine and make you believe that God is not real. And it will sound like, whoa, I didn't think, whoa. This is why I'm telling you to empty yourself. Get a relationship with God. You have to have it. You cannot function without it. You can only go so far. You get some word in you, powerhouse. They haven't seen anything yet. Just get some word. It's your private time. You don't have to go and whoop and holler and run to. No. That's they missed it. They missed it. You see, I love leaders. I do. Right? Sometimes they misunderstand when I say that. You tell me not to go to church. No, I'm not saying don't go to church. No. Hebrews is forsake not to gather as they often do. I know my word. But what I am saying is get a relationship first. So when you hear something that's misquoted, you ain't going home and digesting it. And then getting upset with your leader about different things. When you see sister so-and-so, when you decide to go to church, sister so-and-so acting up, not godlike, you won't get yourself all in the tootsie. You'll know how to go pray. So now you're not playing checkers. You're playing chess. Checkers are played with emotion. You move, I move. You do, I do. It's for the unwise. But when you play chess, you gotta think. Say it again. You gotta think. You gotta think. AKA, you have to respond versus react. I'm gonna let this go because I'm hearing. But I want to leave you with something. If you don't remember anything else. Well, first, before I leave you with something, let me say this. The faintest ink is better than any memory. The faintest ink is better than any memory. Anytime someone stands before you, everywhere I go, I have pad and pen. You remember something, but you don't remember everything. Right. So then it's snatched out of the air. So that seed never drops. I don't even identify with Christianity. That's another whole teaching. I am not a Christian. Research. Right. Say that. Research. I'll just do it like that. Research. I am not a Christian. I am a believer. Right. I am a believer. Yes. Just do your research. You don't have to take no word for it. Research. And you don't have to research anything outside of the Bible. Amen. Understand content of the Bible. People take that all out. Understand audience when you're reading the Bible. Just giving you little tips because I got some new babies who are going to be cracking open that Bible. Understand the audience. Understand the content so you don't take it out. And then as you're reading, just take one scripture. You start in Proverbs. That's where you start. Oh my gosh, you're going to flow. You're going to flow. When you get in Proverbs, you're going to flow like never before. And then when I see you, you're going to tell me, remember you said? I'm like, So, we're reading our word. We're praying. We're asking God, please speak to me. Don't be alarmed when he tear your booty up first. That's what happened to me. I got in that word and he started showing me me. It didn't feel good, but it was much needed. So, I'll leave you with this now. Empty yourselves so that Father can fill you. And I promise you, everything that you put your fingertips to will be successful. Everything. Everything. You think you're here, you'll be here. While your spirit remains humble. He'll continue to exalt you. I choose. I'm going to give this to my two babies. This is a movement that Father has given me. It's I choose where change begins with a choice. Any change that you want, Mama is not in front of choose. God is not in front of choose. Sister is not in front of choose. I choose. Every good and bad thing that's happened is because of a choice. I choose God. That's my personal choice. You can choose whatever you want to choose. If you're around me long enough, you're going to choose God. And I ain't even going to make it. But it's because of what I'm according to. Am I lying?
Yeah,
I'm according to you. I love you guys, but God loves you best.
yes, yes.
Don't hold on to those precious gifts. Baby, you got it. I don't care what they say about you. And yes, they talk about you. And it ain't all good. But they talked about Jesus too.
All
So don't worry about those people who come with their titles and they have something to say about you. Direct them back to Jesus. And say, you want to talk to me about Jesus? You want to tell me about what Christians do and all this hell I'm supposed to be going through? Direct them back to Jesus. And say, now, when you're ready, come to me the way Jesus would have came to you. Because God is love. He is love. Love. You hear me? So direct them back there. No more arguing with you. Do not argue. You don't have to go back and forth in a conversation. You don't. Don't do it. Because you know what happens? You release your power to that person.
Mercy.
No more. That's my challenge to you. From now on, when you feel it, because you're so passionate, and when you feel it coming, come back off of this one. And watch what happens, because see what God is going to do for you. He's right now, you're going to be growing and growing and growing. There's places you want to go. Let me tell you, it's dangerous to go without God. There's so much more in you. In your writing being an outlet. Remind me to talk to you. All right. So, I'm back out of here. I love you guys. Remember what I said. Remember what I said, guys. Remember, if you want to change, you got to make a choice. Find out what that choice is. Okay? Love you.
Some of you don't know, like, the last 30 minutes, I don't know what happened. Don't worry about it. Come talk to me later and I'll explain to you what just happened. But there's two things that I feel led to tell you. We are in the argument of a lifetime with the world over two things. Who we are and who God is.
Yes.
That's only two things that this constant argument all for the rest of my life I've been hearing. Who I am and who God is. Everything else we can sit and have a conversation about, but soon as I get ready to ask you who you are, or tell you who you are, or who God is, now we feel some type of way. I can't even talk to you no more. We got to agree to disagree. The biggest thing the enemy don't want you to find out is who you are and who God is. time somebody asked me, they said, I need you to come and share at my church a Black History program. They asked me 3 months in advance about this. 3 months I stayed in the face of God and said, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? On the way to the church, I'm sweating bullets in a panic with no message. You know what God said to me on the way to church? Who told you you were black? I didn't tell you you were black. Nowhere in my Bible does it say I'm black.
Yes.
So now I got to deal with the truth.
Come on.
What's the truth? In the beginning was the Word.
Come on.
And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. Come on, Bible. Come on. That's the truth. No matter what the facts tell you, no matter what you're looking at, that's still the truth. Truth trumps facts. So, I want to tell you that that argument ain't going to be over. You're going to see the Father before that argument is over. Because I tell you, sure as we live, you'll never come up with the right answer until you talk to the Father.
Yes.
So, my challenge tonight, and let me say this, sometimes one come before the other, but one will not come without the other, those two questions. Because when you're looking for yourself, you're going to find. And when you're looking for God, you're going to find yourself. God! So, my challenge tonight is for you to get them questions answered and be done with arguing with people about it. I'm done with this conversation. The only thing I can do now, right now, for you about this dilemma that you're in, is if my people who were called by my name, who will humble themselves in prayer, turn from their wicked ways, seek my face, then
I will hear their land.
that's the only thing I can do for you right now. But I will not argue about who I am and who God is. How can I be so confident about this? That's a relationship.
Yes.
You ain't gonna ever hear me come up to you and tell you my pastor told me nothing.
Yes.
You know what I'm gonna say? God said to me, even if you had to say it through my pastor,
Yes.
I knew it came from God.
Yes.
See, because what I found out with the other day was that he's no longer doing anything new about us. He's all just confirmed everything he already said. It's over. It's over. You don't know it's over. You don't know what that means. You talk to me later too. I'll tell you about how over it is. It's over. Game, chess.
Yes.
It's over. Checkmate. It's over.
Yes.
So all you're going to get from now on is answers. Just answers. There are no more questions. You know what? Because the only answer is God. That's it. And when you find that answer, you get all the other questions answered. Because what's important in this land is what happens in heaven happens here. And that's all we're responsible for. When I discovered I was his hands and his heart and his ears and his mouth, I discovered something that he can't get in here without me.
That's right.
They didn't see that. And he can't get down here without me. And that's why he said, you got to tell somebody, because there's more than you tell somebody. That's 2 hands, 2 eyes, you got a couple of people that I can work through that. I heard he destroyed a whole city because he couldn't get down there.
Come on.
He couldn't get down there. Some people say, well, that was quite mean of him to destroy the whole city. Well, if the whole city don't nobody want God, what is it there for?
Exactly.
What is it there for? You're just a part of the desert now. You're a figure. You're just stuck on a wall, a place on a wall with no purpose. So he had to let it go, because anything that ain't growing is what? Dead. Okay. So it was dead. He couldn't. This is right. I can't do nothing with that. So that's why we gotta heal our land. That's why we gotta turn from our ways. That's why we got them 2 questions to stop asking questions about. You're gonna die. You're gonna be buried in your grave, and somebody gonna sit down at your funeral hey black man, do you know who you are? You know, we've been slaves, and said that conversation goes on forever.
Yes.
It was a question that was already a setup. So that's all he gave me. That's all I'm giving you tonight. Find your answers. Find your answers. Find your answers. Find your answers, and be okay with those answers, because everybody ain't gonna get it. Everybody don't want your God. Be okay with that. See you. And if you ain't getting persecuted because you chose God, then you better check yourself. Because I done found something worth dying for. Come on. That's what I said, Jesus. I'm going to end. I'm done. Anybody got anything they want to share before I close out? Anything? Nothing?
I want to hear from the city council.
Randy. The
County commissioner, I'm sorry, county commissioner.
No, he asked us to change his name. What are you, Randy? You said you're not a politician. You are a what?
I'm not a
I'm a
politician.
statesman.
I'm a statesman.
He's a statesman.
I'm sorry.
Can I give you 3 minutes, Mr. Statesman, to say what's on your heart?
After what you said, I don't know.
Okay, you gotta be done.
Vote for Randy.
3 minutes. Can you do it in 3 minutes? Okay.
Well, I just want to first of all thank God and Creator for this wonderful crowd, these poets, just taking on it. And somebody asked me, why are you coming? Because I learned something. I learned something. I feel something. Okay? And it opens my eyes. And I was going to talk about my race and all that, but I really want to talk about something real quick to me, very important, is that never let your attitude determine your altitude.
Say it again.
Never let your attitude determine your altitude. When you get in the right mind, the right heart, we talk about the Bible, we talk about knowing God. You're rising above everybody else. You're rising above everyone else. As a matter of fact, you can bring a lot of people with you too. Some of the poets talked about the system, how the two poets from these two guys, I love you guys.
Tampa.
From Tampa, a little bit about my background. I grew up in New York City back in the 70s. I seen crime, I seen gangs. There was a church on every corner. Empty. And the big ones were full. And throughout my life, with the military and law enforcement, I've seen the good, I've seen the bad. I've seen the rich, really rich. They're just as worse as the bad. There's no difference between them. But we as a people, if we want to rise, we need to get that right attitude. We need to get that spirit, that Holy Spirit. We need to take care of one another. We need to watch out for one another. We need to make a difference. When I wrote some things, I'm not going to talk too long, but I was looking at this is Black History Month. And I was writing down some of the inventions of Black inventors, like the doorknob, the elevator, the folding chairs that you sit on that created by a Black person, the mop, the pencil sharpener, the mailbox. When they created these things, this was back in the 1800s, just after slavery. The worst time a good time in Black history, but it was you had African people coming out of bondage, creating stuff that we still affect us today. Where we at? What happened?
we can still create things. We can still manufacture things. We can still invent things. Why are we not doing it today? What happened? We're much educated, much smarter, much knowledgeable than the African people back in the 1800s. Would you say? Or are we really? One thing they had, even though their family was torn apart by slavery, they had each other. They looked out for one another. We have to get back to that. They had the church. You got to get back to that. There's a lot of things that we could do to change our trajectory in history. So I just wanted to say that. And last, I'm inviting y'all. I'm having a campaign meeting. I'm looking for volunteers. February 23rd. It's going to be at the Knowledge Exchange. And also, I'm having a meet and greet on March 1st. It's going to be at Picosta headquarters on Harris Avenue. You're all invited. You're going to hear some good speakers, some good entertainment, and it's free to come. We'll be asking for some money.
What time?
It's at 6:30 on the Tuesday night, March 1st.
And the 23rd? And the 23rd?
Oh, the 23rd is at 6:30 at the Knowledge Exchange on Babcock. Come out. I'll say my speech for them, and then you can hear a little bit about my platform, what I'm planning to do to help bring about change in Brevard County. I was talking to the fire chief, Brevard County Fire Chief, and I asked him, I said, Chief, how many women did you get in your fire department? He asked me, he looked at me and said, Randy, we don't have that much minorities. I said, women. He said to me, minority.
Wow. Wow.
You got over 648 firefighters. Very few African Americans. He wouldn't even give me a number. I'm going to get the number from him. He won't give me the number. Why did I ask him that? He said to me, I can't find minority women who wants to be firefighters. I said, really? That's got to change. That has to change. That's all I have. Thank you.
Amen. Zoe wants to be a firefighter.
There you go. We'll just pass these out.
There you go.
I have 3 passes. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Randy.
He is your statesman. You need to get something done. You want to see how much work you can put him through. Go ahead and give him an assignment. he really does work for you. He works for you. I have 3 passes. They would rather go to women or young women for it's a concert, right? Is it a concert? Pretty much. Yeah. It's a concert. And I have 3 passes. I'm trying to see the date, y'all.
Saturday.
It's this coming Saturday. Tomorrow? Tomorrow. Anybody want to go to a concert? It's called The Uprising. It's addressing the moral decay and disrupting common culture. That's their platform. So anybody want to go or know a teenager or a young person who might want to attend tomorrow? I have these 3 tickets. You can just come get them from me. It's free. It's free. All heads are mine are clear, right? I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You can protest as much as you want to, but that's not going to stop me. I will see you March, the 2nd week in March. I could go the 2nd Friday in March. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but can somebody call out that date for me? What, Friday? 11th. Friday, March 11th is our next cup. Anybody in here like that's not a good day for me? Raise your hand. It's not a good day. March 11th. Where you gonna be, Mom? You gotta go to work. You got some play date you need to be at. You gotta play dress up. You got a tea or something you need to be at. And you and your dog, you got a girls' night out or something you need to talk to me about. Okay, I'm gonna check with you later then. March what day?
11.
March the 11th, I'll see you again. Please tell somebody. Did you enjoy yourself? Let me just If you like, yeah, this is my last time. Oh, that's your last time? If you like, this is my last time coming by applause, be honest about applause. Okay, you can talk to me later. I know that's too much pressure to put on you. But I appreciate you coming. I want to thank my features. WeSpoke from Tampa back there. Dr. Roselyn, Burnett, I'd like to say thank you. If you recorded anything or took pictures, please post them to the Cup Experience. We like to share so people know what we're doing. Also, if you're participating in the clothes, link for the clothes thing, please see Ramika back in the back. I'd like to give a shout out to my partner back there, Ramika, who has made sure everything behind So, yes. Please take the food. What's funny was, she's texting you. You know that you said what you admired about your friend. Teaching people that same thing you admired, you're equipped to do yourself. Right.
Hold on, let me go ahead and turn off this damn camera.